Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. My guest today is a true Hollywood original. You've seen him roll through the streets of Los Angeles in Training Day. You've seen him ride with the crew in The Fast and the Furious and have a monkey shoved in his ass in Bruce Almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, but beyond the screen, he's a man with a powerful story from overcoming life on the street to becoming an actor, mentor, and motivational speaker who inspires audiences around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one, the only, Noel G. How you doing, bro?
I was, I'm like, man, that's an intro, homie.
You see that? You see that? I had
I'm
that
like,
shit. I
he
had that
rehearsed
shit
that,
there.
people. He rehearsed that, just so you guys
There
know.
you go.
You could
Just to
have
let
left
you
the
know.
monkey part out, but it's all right.
You didn't like the monkey. I like the monkey part. I like the
I
monkey
know.
part.
I'm just I'm just like when you hear it every day, you're like, but no, it's
Like
all
get over
love.
the monkey shit.
I don't even go to the zoo no more, bro.
I can only imagine the stuff that they tell you.
I hear it every day, bro. But every time I hear it, I act like it's the first time I heard it. I'm like, oh God. All I know is the check cleared at the bank, bro. That's all I
There you
know.
go. That's the most important thing.
I'm like, you guys can laugh at the movie, but I laughed my way to the bank on that one.
That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. How you doing today, bro? How's everything, man?
Good, man. Life is good. What's up, brother? Talk to me, dog. Talk to me, man.
Let's
I
talk,
know it
man.
took a while. I know it took a while to get here, but we got here fast and furious style finally. So what's
Hey,
up?
there we go, bro. It took a little bit, but we got here. I have you on, man. You're like, I've heard you before say you're like the Mexican version of Where's Waldo in a movie, and that's like the funniest thing I've heard, man. Because it's true, right? You kind of show up anywhere in the movie.
I tell people I'm like the Mexican Where's Waldo because sometimes it's funny. People will be watching some movies from back in the days, and then I'll pop up in a scene or what, and they're like, "I didn't know you were in that movie." I'm like, "Gee, man, I'm in everything, homie." You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm
what's
like
up.
Baskin Robbins. I'm in all 31 flavors.
And another thing was funny too was you were also in Pretty Fly for a White Guy in the Offspring music video, right?
I think so. I forget. I've done so many music videos. I forget honestly which ones I was in or not in.
Uh-huh.
So that could be true or not true. I forget, bro.
It's true, man. I'm just saying
Okay,
I
okay.
wouldn't
All
look
right.
something up, but it
I'll
was.
go with you. I'll go with you. If I was in it, I was in it. I'll
Well,
take that. I did do a lot of music videos at the starting of my career,
mhm.
and sometimes people bring up the music videos, and I actually sometimes forget which one I was in or not in. So I could have been in there. I don't know, but if you say I was, we'll go with that.
There we go, man. There we go. Again, doing a bunch of movies like Malibu's Most Wanted, Bruce Almighty, Training Day, Gamer, Crank, Harsh Crimes, Beyond Skyline, The Dark Knight Rises. I mean, you were in a shit ton of movies, man. Let's talk about one of the ones that kind of propelled your career. Let's talk about the Fast and the Furious. Talking about the Fast and the Furious, what's the most vivid memory you carry from working on the first set of that movie?
You know, Fast and Furious was done as an independent movie. We didn't think it was going to take off the way it took off. And, I got a lot of memories from that set. It was like getting paid to party, to be honest. We're hanging out with a bunch of cats. There was a moment where I was like, are we filming a movie here or what? Like, what's going on? We were just chilling. That's kind of how the family line got started from the movie because we really did feel like a family. Even though I got left behind by the family, we felt like a family. You know what I'm saying?
And but you came back. You came back.
Yeah, I came back. I'm like, they remembered their little cousin. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, man, doing that movie was awesome. It was the one that kicked off the career, kind of, started everything, for me and got me on the map and took me in, places I never thought I'd be. So I really got to be thankful to Fast and the Furious for, giving me the lift off. But one of the best memories I have is just when we were chilling at the race scene, talking to everybody, getting to, just kick it with Paul and Rule and Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez, Chad, and just chilling right there, just talking to the cats and, just saying what's up, cracking jokes and not really believing what we were in the middle of. We're like, dang, man, like, is this really happening to us or what? Because it's kind of unreal.
Yeah,
When you're a part of it and you're in it, you're like, wow, like, how did I end up right here? How did I get so lucky? You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
long story short, man, just the whole memory of doing the film altogether has been a memory in itself and a true blessing. And I'm very thankful for it.
Definitely, man.
You feel I got a little professional at the end right there?
I like it. I
That was
like it.
my
Yeah, you
professional.
added your
All I
little.
needed was a All I needed was a suit and tie. You would have thought, man, this homie's in court.
I'll be like,
You know,
damn, boy. Talking about working with Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, how were they on set from the first movie?
Paul Walker was the friendliest dude in the world, man. The way I explained Paul, he didn't care if you were the one washing the windows on the building or own the building. He treated everybody the same. Paul Walker was the heart of the whole franchise. Vin Diesel was cool, heck of cool, humble cat. It was his humble beginnings. It's what kicked him off as well. He was already on the map before that, but
Yeah,
that's the movie that kind of put everybody on the map. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And long story short, man, everyone was just a humble dude. Everybody was so happy to be there. There was no egos involved. There was no, conceitedness involved. Like everybody was just so happy to be there that again, it was just like an unreal, real moment for all of us. And so everyone was just hecka cool, bro. Nothing bad to say about anybody on that set.
Did you is there anyone that you got a little bit closer to than maybe more of the actors, maybe just like hang out in the break rooms or just rehearsing lines or anything
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. The girls that I caught child support cases with, those are the ones I got too damn close to. Too damn close. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing, bro. I'm playing. But nah, nah, I'm just messing. We got
Oh,
to keep the podcast interesting, bro. Keep
exactly,
them laughing.
exactly, bro. Keep
I
it
want them to
going.
have this moment of a emotional roller coaster. You feel me? But nah, other than the child support cases, no, I got close to Vin. Vin, he's the reason why I came back to part seven. We still talk to this day. I was actually with them just about a month and a half ago,
Cool.
and we were chopping it up a little bit. So I still keep in touch with some of the people from the film behind the camera and on the camera.
That's important. What's your favorite car by any chance? Are you a car guy? I mean, I see you
Oh,
all
the Eclipse.
over.
Yeah, the Eclipse. No, Hondas I love. I mean, that's the way I drove the Honda in the movie. Because
Okay.
in real life, I had a Honda. And
Hmm.
so the director saw me pull up in the Honda and he's like, let's just put Hector in the Honda. So the Hondas I love. It's sad to say, man. I'm American, but I'm going to admit this. I'm an American citizen, but I will not drive an American made car. They're all pieces of crap.
No, that makes sense.
So that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like cars, like the Honda I love, and I have the Eclipse, the
Okay.
first one ever shown in the movie, the Eclipse. I
Uh,
got that.
okay. And
So
that
yeah, those are some of my favorite rides right there. Honda, Toyota, they last forever. They look good. Like that's the one I got to roll with.
definitely. Did you drive any of the
But
cars?
as far as lowriders too, like Impalas,
Yeah, no, bro.
I love Impalas, Monte Carlos, stuff like that too. But I'm in both worlds. I was actually in the lowrider world before the Fast and Furious world. Fast and Furious kicked that world off.
Hmm.
But I'm a fan of both. I'm just a fan of a nice car that runs. How about that?
There you go. Any certain dream car you want or have?
Uh, it's kind of funny, man. I'll share it and I'll make this super quick. I did a high school event one time and we did it with the Lamborghini Club. So there was these Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and Maseratis, and they were all parked right there. And then it was funny, bro. My homie rolled up in the Fast and Furious car. It's some $20,000 little car with a nice paint job, and all the kids ran to the Fast and Furious car. And all the guys with the Lamborghinis and Maseratis and Ferraris were like, "What the hell? Like, this $150,000 car, right?" And they ran to the $20,000 one. It's hilarious, bro.
That's funny.
So for me, man, I don't really have like a dream car per se.
Hmm.
I would just say again, any car that runs and looks good, I'm cool with.
That's cool, man. Did you drive any of the cars that were on set or no?
Yeah, I got to drive some of them.
Yeah.
I drove I drove the my car, the Honda. I got to drive the Mazda,
Okay.
and I think that was pretty much it. Just those two are the ones I got to drive. Vin let me get in the Mazda and do a little something, something.
Nice. Now,
They were very protective over the cars.
I
And I'm
mean,
the
yeah,
little,
I
yeah,
assume.
and I'm the little guy in the movie, so I had freedom, but I didn't have like freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
got you, bro.
they were careful on what I was driving. You know what I mean? But I did drive those two, mine and the Mazda, and that was about it.
Gotcha. Now,
And the Eclipse after the film. The Eclipse I drove after the film.
after,
Not
gotcha.
go ahead.
Now, out of all the movies that the Fast and the Furious movies, you were in the first one, you were in the seventh one. Which is your favorite Fast movie, and what's your least favorite?
To be real, man, I'm not really a Fast and Furious fan anymore as far as like where it's going and where it went. Like it
Mhm.
became more of a superhero movie to me. I
Yep.
don't know if you go from street racing to saving the world. It just went a little backwards for me. So I'm a fan all the way up to like part three. And to be real with you, I've only seen part. I can't believe I'm admitting this publicly. You're gonna get a little fun fact secret right here, bro, on your podcast. But really, to be honest with you, I've only seen part one, two, three, eight, and seven and eight. That's it. I never seen part four, five, six,
Mhm.
9, and 10. I never seen those. I
Yeah.
just don't care because when I saw in the commercial in part nine that they went to space, that was just lame.
Yeah. It was.
Like what are you guys doing here, man? It was retarded slash lame. It was like Friday the 13th, when Jason Voorhees goes to
Goes in
space. Like,
space.
come on, man! Like, what are you doing? Dog? You like Chris? What Chris Tucker said? You're ruining a classic. You know what I mean?
It's
You're
true.
messing up a classic, bro. And that's what they did to Fast and Furious, man. You jacking up a classic.
Yeah, it's one of those where, man, it's beyond like realistic. And I remember
Yeah,
watching
it just
I
got
was
too ridiculous for me, bro.
yeah, and I remember watching the third one and not liking it back in the day. And then I actually watched it not too long ago. Actually the third one's not bad at all. Like it sticks to street racing.
Yeah,
So I was just
no,
like,
that's what I'm saying. The third one was right there. It was
yep,
on the cliff. But
yep.
then 4 or 5, and when it became this, I don't know, CIA, police, and submarines, and all this bull. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, bro? Like, just keep it to the streets and the racing, dog. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
How long did you shoot Fast Seven? Because you were in when they went back to
Yeah, I was just
LA
there. I was just there 2, 3 days. I forget
for three
really, but I
days.
was just there 2, 3 days, hanging out, chilling, and they only needed me for the race force scene,
Yep.
so I wasn't there during the whole film. Um, so yeah, it was a small, cameo return of Hector. They just wanted to see a familiar face at the race force scene. That's why I was brought back into
Okay.
part seven. So yeah, man, I wasn't there the whole shoot, but I do know that the mood changed, man, without Paul. Without Paul being there, it really was a heartfelt set at that moment, and you could tell that some things weren't the same as they were before.
Definitely, man. Where did they shoot the location for Race Wars? Was it in Cali?
Everything was in Cali as far as I know for the race was for part one and seven. We shot it all
Okay.
up in California.
Got you.
Yeah.
And the location for the first meetup that was in California as well?
Yeah, everything was in Cali. The house is in Cali. The Toretto shop was in Cali. The race scene was right there in LA on Prairie and El Segundo. If you guys want to go visit that site where we raced for the first time, there was another part that was shot where the Eclipse gets blown up. That was in
Mm-hmm.
Cali and Westminster and Koreatown or Chinatown, one of the two.
Hmm.
And so yeah, just Cali is that, and that's what I'm saying too. When they took the movie out of Cali, that kind of jacked it up also as well. I think part 11 is Cars Meet Dinosaurs. Part 12 is Cars Underwater. Part 13 is car. No, I'm just playing, bro.
It might be Transformers. It might be Transformers
Yeah,
next,
bro. It might
bro.
be fast. You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying. You better make a call if you know someone.
Shit. Yeah, Optimus Prime with Vin Diesel. That's money right there, bro.
Hey, straight up. I wouldn't be surprised if they took it that route. I would not be surprised. I would be like, yep, that was expected.
Now, Fast and the Furious has now become a global phenomenon. How does it feel to know you were right there from the very start, man?
So to be honest with you, man, it's crazy. Fast and the Furious is the highest money making movie for Universal Studios. Universal Studios has not done any other movie that has made them more money than Fast and the Furious. So it's like Warner Brothers is Harry Potter's.
Yep.
So Harry Potter movies have made Warner Brothers more money than Warner Brothers with any other movie. And so for Universal, it's Fast and Furious. So to be a part of that franchise, even though it went where it went and it's going where it's going,
Hmm.
part 11, I hope they come back to the roots. But to be a part of something that big and, for that to be involved in your life, I'm still sitting here like, wow, like truly amazed and can't believe it. And I'm sitting here literally like, is this really me that it happened to and is happening to? So to be a part of that, I mean, hands down is one of the biggest blessings in my life. And it changed my whole life too, to be real with you. Like, Because of Fast and Furious, I don't think I've done more car shows than anyone has ever done in their life. I've been
That's
doing car
correct.
shows 30 plus years almost because of Fast and the Furious. And I love meeting the fans. I
Mhm.
love having to see what the fans have to say. I love the ones who talk crap and the ones who talk love. But the love outdoes the hate. So I ain't worried about it. But long story short, man, it's insane, man, to be such a part of the biggest one of the biggest franchises in the world.
Definitely, man. Now, when you go to the car meets and stuff, what's something just like you say over Bruce Almighty with the monkey in the ass? Is there anything that
Yeah, yeah. I hear
is
I hear my sayings all the time, man. The three spoon engines got a last name too, can't pronounce it. Look at this snowman right here. Beto Pasa La Feria. Like I hear it all, man. Every time I'm on. And I'm like, that's why I'm like, man, I love my people, man. But I'm like, be creative and say something different. You know what I mean? But no, I love my people. But I'm like, it's funny because if you know that how old are you, G?
35?
How old are you?
35.
Are you? So this might be a little before your time. I'm not sure, but do you know about the little homie? What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah. Yep. We'll
Okay, you
talk
know a
about
little
Willie.
bit about that.
Yeah,
What you
yeah,
talking about?
yeah, yeah.
So it drove him crazy, bro, because he used to hear it all the time. So later, you started seeing like, stuff where he would attack people in grocery stores or he would attack people at restaurants because it
He
literally
was
drove
pissed
him
off.
insane
Yeah.
because he passed away now, but everyone would come up to him, and everyone would say, "Tell me the say," and say, "What you talking about, Willis?" And it took him to an insane, crazy Section 8 level, and he started attacking people. And I'm just making the point. I understand that, brother. I ain't there yet. Thank God I still got my marbles. I
Uh,
ain't there yet, but I'm getting there, bro. I'm like, man, I hear this every day, bro. And when you hear it every day,
yeah.
it just
Yeah.
gets tiring, bro.
It does.
It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. It's
I
a
agree.
blessing because to say something from years ago and still have it be remembered today is the most awesomest thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's a curse because when you hear it every day, it just kind of can get to you a little bit. But
Yeah.
I still take it in as a blessing. I still love my fans. I thank them so much for remembering, and my heart is with everyone because again, I love them all. Without them, I wouldn't be who I am today or where I'm at today. I take that back. Without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Yeah.
Not who I am because we decide that for ourselves within ourselves. That's a whole nother speech. But long story short, I'm very thankful. But
It
sometimes,
can get.
if I'm
Yeah.
just being real, a human being's a human being, a person's a person. Sometimes it gets a little like,
Yeah, I
like,
get you. Yeah,
you know.
understandable.
But anyways, go ahead, G.
Uh, if Hector were to return in a bigger way in a future film, how would you personally want his story to unfold? Say they say, "Hey, come back. We're not going to space. What are we gonna do, man?"
Well, I had a great idea for them. They're doing part 11,
Hmm.
and they're going to come back to the roots of part one, and
Okay.
they're bringing back some of the cars.
Oh,
So my
nice.
question was, where were the cars the whole time? They're in Hector's garage. Your boy Hector had them stored for you. So
That's
when you need the cars, you come to Hector, you get your cars. And then I had another idea. I hold this record. I was the first person ever in the Fast and Furious franchise to start the race. I was the first person ever to start the race. So why don't we end the race the way we started the race?
that's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
That
So
sounds that's full
whenever they
circle
do their
moment.
last movie, end it with who started it, me.
That's what's up.
So that's how I hope to come back. Whether that happens or not, we'll see.
Hmm.
But those are some of the things that were on my thinking plate.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. All right, now let's segue from Fast and the Furious. I want to talk a little bit about um the name. Hector. Hector's been said many times. It's been on Wikipedia. This says 8 times. This says 12 times. There's not a really official how many times you played Hector. You played him a lot, but many of your roles have touched on gang culture. How do you navigate playing those parts while also trying to break the stereotypes?
Um, the way Hector started,
Hmm.
and I call it Hollywood, just so we're clear,
Yes,
not
sir.
Hollywood. And the way that it started was at first, I started getting a lot of scripts with the name of Hector just coincidentally.
Hmm.
So I used to think like, damn, man, Hollywood don't know any other names for Mexican actors. It's always Hector or Carlos. Every time I got a script, it was Hector or Carlos 90% of the time. I kid you not. Can't even make this stuff up. And long story short, it got so bad that my agent would call me up and be like, "You're not going to believe this." I'm like, "What?" "Let me guess. Another script with the name of Hector." She's like, "Yep." I said, "All right." So then, as it kept on happening so much, I said, "You know what? Why don't we just keep it going?
Keep it going.
Let's
Yeah.
just make it a thing."
Yeah.
So now, what I do is, whenever I do a part in a movie or something like that, I ask them, "Can I be named Hector?" And
Awesome.
I'm the first actor to do that. I'm the first actor to break that chain. And so that's kind of like my own personal stamp, my own personal, thing, if you will, of no other actor who's done that. And so that's how it came about and stays about and hopefully keeps on going about.
Nice, man. That's nice. That's cool. Like I said, it's something that you'll be remembered. And have you ever
Hey,
thought about
hey,
like people just come up to you like Hector, Hector, right?
hey, oh, I'm starting to think it's my real name. And and to take it back, like we said earlier, as long as the check clears, I'm good.
That's it. That's what counts. All right, let's talk a little bit about Training Day. All right, you played one of the gang members in the iconic neighborhood scene. How did you prepare for that role?
Um, I take no credit for this. This is my boy Emilio who said it, so I take no credit for it. But what he said is, just has to be repeated because it's that good. You can't teach what we lived. And I'm not saying that I was the craziest in the streets. I'm not saying that I was, this, that, and the other. I'm just saying that I did live that life. I was about that life. I was facing 20 to 25 years for attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, armed robbery. I did 4 years in jail. So I've been there, done that. I lived that life. Again, I'm not saying I was the craziest in the streets, blah, blah, but I'm just saying I lived that life. I was about that life. And, because of that, I didn't really need any preparation for training day. That was just me in real life.
Gotcha.
That's how it was in the streets. Now I tell people if I'm playing a doctor, now I'm acting. If
Yeah,
I'm playing a scientist, now I'm acting. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know nothing about that world or whatever, how to act like that. I'd really have to do some research on
hmm,
the character. There'd be some development involved, some coaching needed. But so yeah, man, I just, again, Emilio said it best. You can't teach what we lived, and I lived it. So when I play a street cat in the movies, that's why it comes off so authentic and real because that was just me in real life.
gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Do you remember the energy on set during the filming of that scene, of the bathtub scene and everything like that? How was it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, the energy was strong and had to be focused because that was an intense scene where we're about to do some work on a cat. You know what I'm saying? And,
Hmm.
um, the energy was real. Uh, I don't really know how to explain it, but there was a dangerous feeling there. There was a moment of like, you really got to put yourself in that space. You really got to put yourself like I'm, excuse my language, but like I'm killing this motherfucker,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna put him in his grave right now. So you got to put your head there, and then you just do what you do and hope it comes alive on camera, and let the rest be the rest.
Gotcha, gotcha. How was working with Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke on such an intense film? Again, did you see any of his?
Well, Denzel, man, there were moments where you could approach him and moments when you couldn't approach him.
Okay,
You
okay,
just had to know when he was approachable because he was so into character that you wanted to give him his space. You wanted to let him do his thing. So
gotcha,
Denzel, very nice guy, cool cat, but he was just in a zone and you had to respect the zone. You feel what I'm saying?
gotcha.
Ethan Hawke, a lot more approachable, a lot more, joking and laughing and kicking it and just, hanging out because it's Ethan Hawke. And I'm doing the whole scene with him, really primarily. Denzel just had the quick scene where he's, hey man, I'm gonna go use the bathroom and he leaves.
Yeah,
And then, whatever. But Ethan Hawke was the one that we were really in the dirt with. And
yeah.
so chilling with him, man, it was just cool because he was just he was just a likable dude, man. He's just I make a joke, but I'm just cracking a joke. He's just a white boy having fun. You know what I'm saying? So we putting him in school, man. So now he was a cool cat. I got love for that guy.
Definitely. How long did that take? How many shots were that? How many takes did you have to do for that one?
We shot it on a sound studio.
Okay.
So It took 7.5 days to film that complete scene.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. So to come back into the mood of everything too the next day and keep up with that, that was also a challenge.
Hmm.
But it took 7.5 days to shoot that joint.
Wow. Now, Training Day is remembered for its gritty realism and moral complexity. What did you take away from being part of it?
That sounded very extraordinary to my external auditory Miatas. Henceforth, looking at it from no, I'm playing, dog. I don't know what the hell you just asked, bro. You went to college on me right there, dog. Straight up, man. I've been to college once, and that was just to drop somebody off, bro. I don't know. I have no idea what the hell you just asked, bro. You need to dumb that down for me.
All right.
Talk to me like I'm a fifth grader or something. No, you
I
had me
got
stuck on. You had me stuck on stupid for a minute. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I needed subtitles with that mother. All
I
right, go
got you,
ahead.
brother. I got you. What did you get out of the whole movie itself? The morality of the movie, the message behind that movie. What would your
Well,
take be?
well, well. It's interesting because Denzel Washington, what he ended up doing was he actually attached a Bible scripture to that movie. The reason why he died so violently at the end is because he wanted to show that if you live a life like that, you die a life like that. So he wanted to show that you couldn't really get away with that type of lifestyle in any capacity,
Mm-hmm.
whether it was prison for life or death for life. You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And so the scripture that he attached to that movie was by the wages of sin is death. And those are God's words, not our words, not human words. Those are God's words.
Mm.
And so, long story short, that's what I took away from the movie, man, is that if you live that type of life, there are consequences to your decisions.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I took away from the film. Like, you only get away with what you think you're getting away with for so long before you're gonna reap a concussion somewhere. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. All right. And then the last movie we're gonna be talking about is Bruce Almighty, man. Bruce Almighty. How was it working alongside with Jim Carrey on the set, man?
Oh, you had to go there, huh? You had to go there. All right, I'm gonna play in your sandbox, bro. It's your podcast. I'm gonna play in your sand. I'm just messing with you. Jim Carrey was a humble dude, very friendly guy. And he was funny as hell in person.
Mhm.
Most nicest guy ever. I'll give you one personal story on that set. Here's another fun fact for your podcast. So, you know the deal. We beat him up, and then he gets his revenge on me with the monkey and whoop whoop, whatever, whatever. So at first, when we beat him up, all the homies are talking, and we're like, dude, this is Jim Carrey. Like, we don't want to like really rough him up too bad. You know what I'm saying? It's Jim Carrey, so let's go easy. Let's go light. You feel me? So we beat him up and we do our thing. And then Jim Carrey gets up and he goes, come on, guys. He goes, do it like you're going to do it for real. Like, do it like you're from the streets. Like, let's make this look good. Like, if you're going to beat me up, like, do it for real. Like, you guys are from the streets. So we all go back and we're like, all right, well, let's give him what he asked for. So then we do a second take and we get him, bro. I mean, we go full in on him. And he gets back up and he goes, all right, do it like the first way. So Jim Carrey did. So Jim Carrey got up after you were like on pause for a minute. I saw you playing that. No, so after we beat him up for reals, because he was like, so Jim Carrey gets back up. He's like, all right, guys, do it the first way. Because he didn't want to get beat up for real. So I thought it was funny. But long story short, man, Jim Carrey was a cool cat. And the way they did that scene, bro, let me explain how they did that scene. What they did to do that scene was they got a cage with no door on it. They made an oversized pair of pants with Velcro. And the monkey came out on a sound cue. That's how they did the scene.
Oh, wow.
So they made an oversized pair of pants on a cage with no door on it. The monkey was in the cage. They put the oversized pair of pants over the cage, had Velcro on the butt part, and the monkey came out on a sound cue and he pushes through the thing. And that's how and all I had to do was make the face, and then Hollywood did the rest.
Oh, wow. That is awesome.
So, yeah.
That's cool, man.
So that's how they did the scene. It was some people are really stupid in real life, straight the hell up. And I just gotta say that because when you're stupid, you're just stupid. But some people really, really think like the monkey was truly really in my butt. Like, are you an idiot? Like, if you're that dumb, you need help. All right, but go
You,
ahead.
you can't fix stupid, man. You can't fix stupid.
Yeah, yeah. I'm allergic to stupidity, bro. Straight up.
Well, the last question I wanted to ask you out of your entire career, um, what would you take or give for an inspiring actor? Any advice, maybe some advice that someone has given you or you would give someone else?
I would tell them, you know, I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form, but put Jesus Christ in your life first, and God will help guide your path. He'll help you in your decisions. He'll help you in what you decide to do or don't do. And the more that you know God, you'll know right from wrong. You'll know what you should and shouldn't be doing, who you should and shouldn't be hanging out with. And he'll really, and I tell people like this, it's really this simple. It's better with God on your team than without God on your team.
Absolutely.
And I wish I had that at a younger age, because the whole point in saying that is I would have known who to help and how to help. And at a younger age, I really didn't know who to help. I know how to help.
Hmm.
I just didn't know who I should be helping.
Gotcha,
And
gotcha.
you can have a good heart, but it's okay to have a good heart, but you got to protect that heart. And so, long story short, man, I would tell anybody before helping anybody, do a heart check and a personality check first before helping anybody. So you know who you're helping and why. Really get to know that person on who you're helping and why. Don't just help any Tom, Dick, and Harry, because you could be helping the wrong person for all the wrong reasons, but that's your fault because you didn't do your due diligence on knowing who you were helping and why you're helping them and what they're about before helping.
Gotcha.
And so that's what I tell people the most, man, is God will, the more you know God, God will let you know what spirits you're talking to, of what spirit is inside that person, to know and identify that's one to help or that's not one to help. That's one to mess with or that's not one to mess with.
Gotcha.
So long story short, man, my message that I'm trying to get out the most, man, is I just want people to turn their life over to Jesus Christ and just get to know him.
Yep.
And I give 4 easy steps, and I'll end with this.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
would tell you the first step is don't even trust God right now. I myself would tell you right now, don't even trust him. Just get to know him. As you get to know him, you'll start to trust him.
Hmm.
And then what do you do when you start really genuinely trusting someone? You start having love for that person because you can trust them.
Yeah.
And what do you do when you start having love for someone? Eventually you fall in love with them.
Hmm.
And the real truth is people never want to hurt who they really love. They'll
Absolutely.
hurt other people that they don't love and care about because they don't love and care about them. So they'll hurt them, but they won't love someone who they really truly love and fell in love with. So you need to fall in love with God. And that's what keeps you straight. That's what keeps you doing right from wrong. That's what keeps you on the straight and narrow path that you're supposed to be on. Because now you know whatever you do hurts him. You can't get away with it. You could go in a dark closet, an attic, a basement. God sees you wherever you're at. Can't
Hmm.
hide from him. So I would just say to people, fall in love with God and have him take you on the real journey that you're supposed to be on and the real journey that you're meant to be on. And that would be my message, man. And I end it like this. I always say this: God first, and the rest will work itself out. And you know what? I'm going to put a PS on that. That's the last thing I'm going to say, and then I'll shut up with this. A lot of people were living our life out of order. And the reason why we're not blessed in our life is because God cannot bless disorder. God can only bless what's in order. So
Hmm.
if you're living your life all a mess and all erratically, God's like, I can't bless that. How
Hmm.
can I bless disorder? God can only bless order. So the more that you put your life back into order a piece at a time, the blessings just fall in and the blessings chase you. You don't got to go chasing them.
There you
So
go, man.
I'm gonna end with that on your podcast, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
And
so much for having me, G.
no, I appreciate you, man. Love your career. Again, keep doing what you're doing. Keep preaching. Keep motivating people. And hopefully we'll see you in Fast 11, 12. Who knows? You might be the voice of Optimus Prime, Pepito or something, bro. Who knows? All right,
That's
man.
funny.
All
Yeah,
right,
G.
bro.
If you ever want to do another podcast, in the far future or whatever, you want to just do like a review, a catch up, anything hits your head, just reach back out. I'm
That's
open to you. Thanks again for having me. I always tell people, follow me on my Instagram if you want to keep up with your boy right here,
there we
actor
go.
Noel G. Actor Noel G. It's my TikTok as well. Actor Noel G. One word. Give me a follow. And yeah, just keep up with me, man. I got some other good stuff coming out, and I hope you guys check it out.
All right, brother. God bless and thank you so much, man.